well for himself, huh?
It looks that way.
Yep.
How many days?
4 days to rent.
4 days.
4 days.
Let's see, Christ rose again in 3, right? I think we can pull up.
Hey, Walter.
All the young mommies buying the books for their little kids.
Good stuff.
It's good to be back, though. I missed you guys.
Yeah, you
It's good to see you, too.
So you guys are still downtown?
Yep.
Yeah, we're all living in a,
It's nice you guys can still all be so close.
Yeah, we got about it, six guys in there? Yeah.
6 or 7, I can't even keep track of
In
them.
one apartment, big place, 6-7 bedroom?
Yeah. Well, no, there's only 2 bedrooms.
It's kind of close. That's real close.
Yeah, well, some of us sleep on the floor and some of us sleep, wherever we fall.
Well, I'm sure I've seen a lot of Architectural Digest shoots of places like this where there's lots of loft space and lots of different levels for everyone to sleep in. I'm sure it's
Well, it's not that
fabulous.
much. Basically, we're still living there because of the rent. You know, there's...
It's a good
the more
deal.
people there are, the less our rent is.
Well, I guess that would be the case, yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I make complaints, but...
Good, I'm glad.
Never thought we'd have to...
Hey, every experience is a good one, right?
It's true.
Anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Except at the end of the month when you gotta pay rent.
But...
The fucking, the rent? He doesn't have it
He
yet.
went down to casinos again, did
He
he?
went down last night.
Give me 200 in the pack.
Oh
10.
my God. Are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost, he didn't tell me how much, but
Right?
I think he lost some money.
I come in and Tony,
Give me 200 in the pack. 10's the point. Give me 20 on each of the hardwares.
But...
the fucking, the rent? He doesn't have it
He
yet.
went down to casinos again, did
He
he?
went down last night.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost, he didn't tell me how much, but I come in and Tony, he's sitting there rolling dice. Right,
Yeah,
well,
that's kind of a psychological
sure.
thing too, but I guess I shouldn't worry about that.
yeah, but if you paid rent, maybe you could step up.
All right, that's it.
Sorry,
It's,
go
it's
ahead.
always about rent.
I'm not going to be carrying your lazy asses next month like I have every other month before. I mean, I work hard, I try to make a living or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
Why are you guys always so righteous? Look, money is paper. It comes and it goes.
Maybe it's spoon now.
But hey, where I grew up,
He's sitting there rolling dice.
Each of the hardwares.
But...
The fucking, the rent? He doesn't have it
He
yet.
went down to casinos again, did
He
he?
went down last night.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost, he didn't tell me how much, but I come in and Tony, he's sitting there rolling dice.
The high, the thrill that you feel.
No, I have no idea because I don't have a gambling problem.
Well, I mean, I don't either. I just have been losing recently, that's all. And that's my problem. I have a losing problem.
There's a
Landlord reserves the right to evict, impose penalty, and retain security deposit?
Yeah.
I didn't sign anything like that.
Look, there's your initials right there. We all had to initial it. Those are my initials.
I am not going to get a job that pays $5 an hour. I'm sorry. My time's worth more to me than that. Maybe other people can do it. I can't. Yeah, I would rather play craps than flip burgers. Sorry, I would. That's just me.
Ronnie, you have a college diploma. You don't have to flip burgers. You know you don't have to do that.
I don't want a job. I want a career.
I take pictures of fucking dead bodies, okay? That's what I have to do. You think that's a luxury? Career, and there's blood everywhere. And I had my camera, so I'm like, started taking pictures. And I thought the cops would give me some trouble because, I don't know, there's some law, I think, involved. But one of the cops actually comes up to me and he introduces himself and he's like, are you a photographer? And I said, yeah, I'm a photographer. And he's like, well, do you mind taking pictures? Come with me and take pictures of the dead bodies because our photographer hasn't shown up.
Wow.
And I was like, I was like, all right, I was
take pictures of
hungover, dude. I was
head.
so fucked up and I was hungover. And I was like, this will clear my head a little bit at least. I need some sobering thoughts,
How bad does the body smell?
I didn't really. When I went, I was all visual. I was all eyes. No, I didn't hear anything. I don't remember hearing anything. I don't remember smelling anything, but I remember, what my camera saw.
And a true photographer.
And I took some good pictures,
Nice.
And that picture that was on the Inquirer, the front page, that day was, with the guy's head, and it was it was like kind of off to the side and
Yeah,
had him
the
back.
flag was on the ground and had his head.
That was my picture.
No way.
So-
Congrats. That's great. That's great.
Congrats.
And does that pay you well?
Well, I get paid per body, and I get paid like 75. I get paid like $75 per body. Well, you know how I'm taking pictures of dead people for the thing, and they're my pictures. You know, I haven't signed any release or any kind of form for them. So what I was going to do is kind of compile in like kind of like a Herb Ritz kind of like real nice black and white book. You know, really strong pictures of just dead people, and put them together in a book and kind of. Wrong. What do you mean?
I think you have some serious problems that you need to address within yourself.
What the fuck
What does that mean?
I mean, what's worth sacrificing artistic
Yeah.
integrity for?
Yeah.
If not cash.
I think at least how I interpret it is that you are channeling this energy, this frustration that you have in your life, your whole sort of social situation.
An artist
It's
creates
death.
his own moral universe.
But it's death. They're dead people. It's like you respect that.
I have no problem, and just so happens that I'm taking pictures of dead bodies. I'm going to use that art that I'm creating to do something good for me.
Stop making it.
The guys in the apartment talked about you like a mentor. I mean, talked about you like a dad.
Oh, please.
Oh, in a lot of ways, they really did look up to you. So
You have some serious problems.
Well, problems or
Do
not,
families of these people have to, give you permission?
I don't think that's an issue because they're my pictures. I'm the one
When
pressing
a
the
member of
button.
one of the families of these people opens up your book and then sees, say he sees her dead husband lying in there.
She's all dead husband.
It's art, though. I think they want to be a part of that collection of. Death speaks to so many people. How about when you drive down the highway?
Everybody
Wants to see the dead body. Dude, it's innate.
But the dead thing is whack, dude. I agree with
You don't
everything
have
you're
to
saying.
agree with that. That speaks to people.
why, and I can give you lots of good reasons. And if you would take a minute, maybe you can understand them. But
No, I don't think you could give me good reasons.
I just think that we're living in a little bit of a different world right now. I don't think that you maybe understand me.
Please.
Well,
I mean,
it's
this is not anything new that you're about to say.
Well,
I've heard it all before.
Look,
I'm sick of it, and that's why I'm not putting up with it anymore.
Well, I think the
Okay.
difference. I think with all due respect, sir, what I'm trying to say is that, frankly, you derive your income from us, and
Not for much longer, I don't.
well.
And anyway,
exactly.
you could have fooled me. I mean, I'm not really getting my income from you, am I?
You've been getting it up till now, and you're getting it late, albeit. But this month you might not get it at all, and we're trying to account for that, and we're trying to create a circumstance where you won't feel compelled to evict us, but rather you'll feel an incentive to letting us stay, and you might even encourage.
You know
this-
what?
this-
I want you guys out of here so badly that I will even give you your security deposit back if you leave.
Later.
Run away from everything.
Yeah.
Someone needs to explain.
Typical.
Someone needs to explain how rent works. Like, you pay
It's no
money
concept
and you
of the
can
whole-
live there. If you don't pay money, you
Yeah.
can't live there. He is a necrophiliac. I'm a real estate agent. You're a necrophiliac. You have some serious problems.
It's so interactive.
It's always about rent.
I'm not going to be carrying your lazy asses next month like I have every other month before. I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's kind of a psychological
sure.
thing too, but I guess I shouldn't worry about that.
yeah, but if you paid rent, maybe you could step up.
All right, that's it.
Sorry.
I work hard. I try to make a living or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
Why are you guys always so righteous? Look, money is paper. It comes and it goes.
Maybe it's spoon around.
But hey, where I grew up has nothing to do with anything. Maybe it is
It does. You have
wrong.
no respect for money.
Like painting stairwells is more respectable. Maybe in your mind it is, but in my mind it's not.
You have no respect for money and no respect for making the rent on time.
Yeah, I haven't had the problem making the rent. So, yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna make the
Some of
rent.
us have.
I'm gonna make the rent.
Okay, then maybe you will.
I'm going to try to make the rent.
Okay, well,
How
I'm
about
going to
you?
try to make.
Well, I'm working tomorrow and Saturday, and I should be able to make the rent if I sell a car. If I don't sell a car, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Nice vehicle. How you doing? Obviously, everything's going well here. Hey, good to see you.
Well, actually, this is one of the cars that we got on the lot, and I was bringing it over. I thought I'd give you first shot at it,
Oh, it's beautiful.
because I know you like buying cars and stuff.
No, I've been looking at some vehicles. This it's a great car. The 911 is the best car ever built. What year is this?
It's a 87.
Yeah, it's That's a good year, but there's a lot of advancements that they've done the last couple of years that I'm kind of looking for.
It's got the flat air cooled 6.
Yeah, that's all 911s are great engine. And everything.
Yep. It's got the alloy rims and high performance tires.
It's beautiful.
It's got the dual exhaust.
Tiptronic transmission?
No, this one doesn't. But I'll tell you what. The engine.
Yeah, I'm trying, because of the recent cash infusion, I'm trying to use that money to rid myself of any of life's little problems, like used cars.
Right. You see, I'm short $200.
Like the house with the no
commission check.
Car with
Right. The commission check for this would be really nice. So I thought, I could drop this one off, and you'd probably like this one.
I can't buy a $35,000 car just to help you pay the rent. That's not the way it works. I told you I'm gonna go to Mr. Klein tomorrow morning, and we're gonna work something out.
Yeah, I'm short $200, and so I thought maybe you could pick this one up, take it off my hands, and in a couple months maybe I could resell it for you. Maybe you just hold on to it right now. So
It's so modern because you take a picture of death, and what you do through your imagination is you give it life, and that is art.
I'm short $200, and so I thought maybe you could pick this one up, take it off my hands, and in a couple months maybe I could resell it for you. Maybe just hold it right now so I could.
I can't really. I like the keychain though. It's a nice. Not for sale?
No? Yeah, for $200.
I can't buy this car right now. I really appreciate you bringing it over, and you look good driving it. I have to tell you. But
yeah, my life's over if I end up doing anything to it. I was hoping.
This clause here, 2E, if we pay, if we're 30 days. Shit. No, that doesn't apply to us.
Dude, that's about pets. We don't
Okay,
have
no,
pets.
this clause here, if payment is late, there's a $10 charge per day.
Yeah, we know about that.
Okay? Well, he's let us slide on that before,
Right.
which many times they do, apparently.
Right.
However, if we're late this month, not only is he going to charge us the penalty this time, but he's going to charge us back penalty for all the months that we were late, because he has accounts of all of it.
Well, I mean, it would
I
take
need to get the new car.
See, the thing is, Walter, rent's due, and I can't get a 95 for another 2 weeks. So I was hoping you could, take this one off my hands.
There's a subclause that we signed, but must not have read, that says that he has the right to evict us.
Wait, I can't even read that. At the bottom?
Once we get on our feet, it should be good. But right now, it's just a little tight with the cash. And
Keep plugging.
well,
I mean, this,
listen, well, then in 2
Wait
weeks,
to see you on the ball.
I'll get a
Working on
95 in there, and you take a look at that then.
You come out there. You come out here then, and we'll have a little
You
talk.
could make a list of the stuff you want on the 95, and I can make sure all of it's in there.
I want that on the steering.
And you said, what was the other thing you said you wanted? The
four-wheel drive. I want that.
right.
Word problems.
Okay.
Okay. Bob, Bill, and Sam live in an apartment with a monthly rent of $923 per month.
Okay.
The phone bill amounts to $134, and the heat, water, and electricity costs an additional $171.
Okay.
How much does each roommate owe in monthly expenses?
Well, there's a few more things we have to look at before we can figure that out. Which one of these guys is living in the big room?
It doesn't say anything about a big room.
No one ever wants to talk about the big room because someone is living in the big room and owes a little bit more money, if not a lot more money, because it's always a lot nicer. It's always a master bedroom with the windows. Figure out who's living in the big room.
Okay.
Look that up. What do these guys do?
Yes, we've been late, and that is all accountable for health and other financial reasons, but I think now is a good time for us to come to a point where we ask ourselves, what's this relationship about between the tenant and the landlord? And isn't it, like lots of other positive relationships, one that is based on understanding, and not rigidity, but rather flexibility and a kind of an unconditional, I won't say love, but respect. And I think that if we recognize that as being what's going on here, then you'll understand that if we don't have the rent this month, it's not personal. We're not saying anything personal about Mr. Ron.
No clue.
I've lived with some characters. Which one of these guys is working? Because these 9-to-5ers take all sorts of showers. Who leaves the heat on all the time with the windows open when they're not there? If any of these guys aren't working, they're soaking up the television all day. They're eating that electricity, watching the cable, and basically just stinking up the place. Who's paying for the food?
It doesn't say that either.
Someone has a girlfriend far away. Now, I'd rather have her far away than in the apartment, but that phone bill. Which one of these guys? or someone who has the girlfriend living in the apartment. And I'm sick of having the girlfriend over, not paying anything, because she's taking up just as much space, if not more sometimes, than one of these guys. And bathroom time for the girlfriend, surcharge. We need all this figured out. The girlfriends, the cable, the food. We need to figure out who's living in that big room, that big room. Someone's owing some money on that.
Well,
You gotten this into some sort of spreadsheet setup?
couldn't you just add all the numbers up and divide them by 3?
What are you talking about? Because you end up getting screwed if you don't look at what the situation is.
I'm going to.
Sometime. Okay, but if you get all this information from me, we can figure this out.
Don't worry.
Divide by 3. I don't know if.
From you.
You lose, you pay me the money. You can't pay the rent. I don't care if you don't pay the rent. You pay me, you owe me. I'll set some guys where they'll break your legs, pal. I want the money. You can't pay the rent. I don't care if you don't pay the rent. You pay me, you owe me. You've accepted this for 5 years. You lost, and all of a sudden you're saying derogatory things about my company.
Listen, man, won't we call the cops?
For a year. We call the cops. I dare you to call.
You're just so cold, cynical that you just don't want to hear any of it? I mean, is that how jaded you are? Were you as a tenant abused by your landlord? I mean, is that something hidden? That
There was no need to. I was a good tenant. I never caused any trouble.
Did you?
Excuse me.
No. It's not a reflection on our attitude about your apartment or your activities as our landlord, because we were very happy with you. I mean, we realize that rent is your compensation for the work you do for us, and by not paying you, we're not saying that we don't appreciate what you do for us. We're just saying that life's tough right now, and we kind of need money for other things, and we will get it to you by the end of the lease term. I can come back at a more appropriate time.
Could you? Now.
We're wondering if you mind giving our landlord a call.
I'll see eye to eye with them, I'm sure. Tomorrow?
Can I get you one of these?
No, I'm okay actually.
All right. I don't blame you because it sucks. It tastes like pineapple concentrate or something.
Well, 11 o'clock in the morning is a little early. Can we have them right now?
What am I supposed to do about that?
Well, I wouldn't want to see it get to the point where you're considering evicting the members of 702 or any one of them for lack of payment.
How many of them are there now? I lost count.
And they're all just in that transition period after they've all gone to very prestigious universities and have prepared themselves to be members of our society and do well, but they're just having that transition period where they're focusing in on what they're looking for, and some of them have found what they're looking for, and they're just about to get those good jobs.
You have a point.
Yes, within a short period of time, they're going to be holding respectable positions in our society and not working at the fast food establishments that they are right now.
I'm not a charity institution here.
Paying interest.
I'm not a hospice. I'm not a place for the homeless. I'm not just taking people in. I'm offering something and I expect to get payment. They shouldn't be out on their own. They should be living off mommy and daddy. If they can't handle it, they should go back home.
They can handle it. Just
No,
society
they
is
can't.
not letting them.
Obviously, they can quit blaming society. Will you? Do you know?
They're skilled. They're trained for these jobs and skilled.
This
and
is
they've done
nothing
case
new.
studies.
I am so
They've done
tired of this
computer
crap.
case studies.
I am so
They're ready.
tired of this crap from people
If
from
you could get
people
them
your
those jobs,
age.
if
I
you
am
could get
sick
them
to
those jobs,
death
they
of
would
this.
take
Do you
it.
think you're the first fucking generation that has had this kind of dilemma? But you want special goddamn privileges. I don't understand it at all. You think
It
you
seems
invented
like
this kind of problem. What are you trying to sell me here?
These guys are worthwhile to keep in this house. You will be doing society.
What's so special about
us a
these
favor.
guys? Why are these guys any better than any other deadbeats? Tell me what's so special about these guys. I just never fucking liked them, and they raised people like you. How am I supposed to like my generation. Please, I mean, and I predicted this. I knew this would happen 25, 30 years ago. They just asked me. Nobody did, of course. But if they had, I would have told them, this is what you're going to have. This is the kind of children you're going to raise. But nobody gave a shit. I knew it. I smelled it coming, and here I am paying for it now.
You just want to be part of a good society. I was able to realize my dreams, and all my friends will eventually. And I believe.
Well, then why don't you pay their rent? If you've realized your dreams and they haven't, you pay all their rent. How's that? I'll be agreeable. Excuses. You're constantly making excuses for your delinquent and irresponsible behavior. Face up to your responsibility. It's so common nowadays to hear this. Get yourselves off the hook. That's all you care about.
For years, you've been a great mechanic. You do wonderful work as a mechanic. And that's what I love to do. But Joey, you're not a good salesman. You aren't. You saying I'm not a good salesman?
Well, you assume wrong.
You had your dreams? You had a dream at their age, at these kids' age?
Oh, I might have had something.
You're a great guy. And being a great guy, I owe you that much to tell you that. But you're not a very good salesman. I don't want to buy a car from you. I want you to work on my cars because that's what you're better at. Okay. This rent thing is driving you nuts. It is. You're right, and you make a great point.
I don't want to be a fucking landlord anymore. That's what I've learned. And I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, Joey, hear me out. The only reason I came here is because I thought you were going to show me the car. Not trying to sell me the car. So here's what I'm going to do for you.
Honor this agreement.
Honor their side of the bargain, or they're out.
But what has that attitude done for you? I mean, it's just gotten you angry. You're just telling me that you want out of this business, even though
you are the only people I write to who ask me for this stuff. Nobody else is coming in here giving me this kind of sob story. Why do I have to make an exception in your case? I've seen the way you guys live. I'd be better off without you.
So here's what I'm going to do for you. If you're willing to come to my place, tune up my 928. I love to tune up your 928. I do that for getting on there.
Think about your generation. Money, for Christ's sake.
No, we're trying to find out what we want to do, what we love.
Yeah.
That's all we've been raised to do.
Spend money. That's what you like to do.
No. That's
waste money. Throw it down the toilet.
Not at
Have
all.
a keg party every weekend. Have 2 keg parties.
I'll do anything you want. Not anything you want. Joey, sir, but
what you want. If you're lucky enough to be able to make your money doing what you love, then that's basically the dream that everyone's following.
Well, most people don't get to do what they like, what they love.
Trying.
Survey after survey over many a year has indicated that most people, the vast majority of people, are unhappy with their jobs. That means most people are not living their dreams. I don't owe you anything to make your dream more attainable or your friends' dreams more attainable. I don't owe you that. No one has ever been owed that. And your generation is no different from any previous generation. So get it out of your spoiled little brain that you are entitled to this just because your parents handed you everything.
do me a favor. Get the hell out of this business. Don't waste my time.
You're talking to unhappy people. When you're talking to people that have lived their lives not doing what they wanted to do. Wouldn't you do anything, once you saw those studies, this is why this generation is a little different. They're the first generation that are being told this out
well, stop believing everything you're told, for one thing. That's number one, for God's sake. Cut it out.
Seems pretty true.
And enjoy, buddy.
I'm going to call you next week and I'll work on your Porsche.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Indeed. Wait!
I can't let my friends, I'm here because I won't let my friends end up like that.
Would your friends do this for you?
Of course they would.
You could do better. I mean, than these friends, frankly, Walter. It's like to be young, but there's just I did not expect all these things that it seems you and your friends expect nowadays, and neither has any previous generation, and I don't buy these excuses you make. Oh, things are different. Things are different. Things have always been different. They will always be
But
different.
now people see. Now people see a little more. Are able to see a little more.
Well, I don't see quite enough to agree with your assessment of your friend's situation and what should be done about it. I'm going to have to say that either they have the rent on my desk by the end of next week, or that's it. Don't expect favors. Don't expect to be able to take advantage of people. Expect to be adults and responsible adults.
It's only rent. It's only rent. It's going to get paid.
It's only rent.
It's only rent. I mean, you have income from a lot of units. We're not your only unit. If you're not getting any trouble from any other units, then that seems to be a great...
And there's another excuse for you. Isn't that great? Nobody else is screwing you like this, so why can't we? I'm not a mean person,
sure.
you know.
I know you're not. I know. So I know you're going to help them.
At least I didn't used to be. Maybe I've gotten a little mean.
No, but that's not making you happy. You want to go back in the direction. Back to less mean.
No, I mean,
more
my mind's
happy.
still made up, but
No, I'm sure.
I don't like doing this, and that's one of the reasons I want to get out of this business. It's, I'm too good for this shit.
Although what I'm reading into what you're saying is that you're going to give them a little time, which I appreciate that concession.
You asked me
Thank
you asked me about my son. This is my son here.
Ooh, he's
we call him Joker.
A good-looking guy, Mr.
And
Klein. Does he work for the circus, or?
I don't know. He just wears tights a lot. I don't really understand it, but
if you give us a break here this month, maybe we can do something for you. Maybe, I don't know, do you have any special interest? Do you have anything we can maybe, anything at all? Anything?
I have problems on my own, and I have my own worries about making rent, but I don't want to get evicted because some motherfucker didn't pay the rent.
Don't you see that there's something a little bit wrong about taking pictures of dead people and using them to make money?
If I could pay your rent, I wouldn't be here right now.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be living here.
In an ideal utopian universe, yeah, I wouldn't be here.
Ideal utopian, for Christ's sake. I mean, nobody else thinks it's ideal and utopian to pay their rent once a month. It's not a problem, and it's never been a problem here. This is the first time I've ever had this kind of really bad situation.
They're 23.
They're perfectly healthy. They can get their asses out there and work some overtime or do anything.
The guys should just work hard at whatever, and that's what's going to get you there. Just a lot of hard work. No, I mean,
What?
They have a professional contract and binding agreement to pay you, and they will pay you.
How interesting that you should bring that up.
I'm fully aware that you have every right to throw them out.
Oh, good. That's the end of the conversation. You've been taking an inch after an inch after an inch, and I can't give any more. It's too much. You're taking advantage. I won't tolerate it anymore.
They will have the entire year's rent paid by the end of the year. I think, arbitrarily breaking the whole rent structure down into monthly payments revolving around this Christian calendar seems rather arbitrary when this is a financial obligation due at a certain date in the future. They will have all the money paid. And
well, like I said, it's
you ascribing to this Judeo-Christian...
why are we bringing religion into this? I don't understand.
I'm confused why you are, actually.
I'm not even religious. I didn't bring up religion.
You are bringing up monthly payments on a specific date
corresponding
to
Judeo-Christian... What a leap. What a stretch. Please, come on.
Well, how else are you determining these payment structures?
This is where I want to leave it. I told you. Next Saturday, they have to have... Next Saturday. We have to go by some standard, don't we? Some measure. Next...
Are you a religious bigot, sir?
What the hell are you bringing this up for?
I don't understand how you've made these blatantly religious holidays.
Because I mentioned the week.
Pagan...
What do you divide the year up into? Cups? That's what a calendar is. I mean, that's what a year is. It's divided into weeks. The society would not be able to function. It would fall apart if we didn't have something due on a certain date.
Okay,
you want your paycheck every week, don't you?
Well, I get residuals and they come
Well,
certain cycles.
same difference. Money's not ever not enough. It's not ever enough. But I didn't invent capitalism. I have to play by the rules, though, just like everyone else does.
Yeah,
and
but-
there are no free rides, and you want a free ride, it seems to
but
me.
do you know what we're thinking? Do you know what we're saying to ourselves? We're saying that, America is on the verge of a renaissance. Things are about to change. It's going to shift away from this economy-driven, market-driven, high, wrestle, and low, economic stratified situation where it's not necessarily socialistic, but there's got to be a solution to this problem that people all over are having, which is they can't pay rent. That they can't pay rent, and if they do pay rent, they're working 50 hours a week in a job that they hate to pay rent. And
You always have plenty of money, it seems, to spend on parties.
Well, that's an important part of life, and it's
No, it's not an important part of life when you can't pay your goddamn rent. It shouldn't be. Your priorities stink.
You should look at what you're advocating here as a philosophy. You're saying basically that if someone isn't fit financially, they should just be abandoned. Whether they're your friend or your roommate or your tenant, if they
You're
don't
taking
pay,
advantage.
It's cold. It's conglomerate. It's just not personal. And
I'm not a conglomerate.
Well, the mentality is. I just don't understand how you got this way. And I just want to know, am I going to grow up like this? Are we going to grow up like this?
I hope not for your sake, but you may be worse. I don't know.
So at least you admit that it's not a desirable state of existence.
No, but then what is?
Well, you know what we think is? We think it's a state where you can do what makes you happy without consideration of what pays the rent. That, yeah, there's a rent to pay, figuratively, literally, financially, but there's got to be a better system developed, I mean, I shouldn't be having this conversation with you. I should be free to go out and do what I want in this free society, quote unquote, and not have to worry about paying somebody to actually occupy a physical space less than 400 square foot. I mean, I just think that there's a better way.
I think you're right, in a way. I'm going to sell the place.
Really?
I've had it.
Well, okay. Well, let's think about this. If that's the case, then the money you make on the sale, you figure in this market you're going to profit anyway, so you don't need to collect rent anymore.
I didn't say I was going to sell it yet. Maybe in about a year.
I think you should.
But you'll be long out of here by then.
Well, if you evict us, yes.
What are you studying in school? Is it law?
No, history, intellectual history, showing how
electrical history. What the hell is
intellectual
that?
history. We
How
study
much? What kind? Intellectual history.
We study the great thinkers of different generations. We see
Philosophy, sort of. Is that what you mean?
Sort of, yes. Just the human.
Intellect. Is that the new politically correct way of saying philosophy now?
Maybe it just shows they're not ready to move out on
Listen,
their own.
Reg, the money is due.
Maybe they
on the
should be
31st.
living at home.
On the 1st,
Maybe they should
these
be
guys
living at home.
are going to be sleeping in their car.
I think it's their problem.
If you have a leak, if you have a hole in your roof, if your plumbing backs up, if you have any kind of problem that I am
Extend
responsible to
You
correct.
are responsible. Not to correct, but to help.
Absolutely not. You are responsible for yourselves, and
You
you
won't
have
be
to
giving up-
learn
you
that.
won't
I'm sick and tired of this. You expect too much, people your age. What the hell's the matter with you? I mean, this is not new. This is not unique. But you are the first generation in history that seems to think that everybody owes you something. That just by virtue of being alive, you are entitled to free rides everywhere you go. You're too privileged. That's the problem with you. You grew up in a family. You probably had your ass kissed and had everything handed to you. And I know you're not as bad as the other people you live with. That's because they're such cowards that they sent you here. I know that because you're not a bad guy. You're going to try to take advantage.
I had an idea though.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
If you're getting sick of doing the landlord thing, why not convert the building into a non-profit organization? Let us all stay there for free, under the auspices of research. Okay, we'll say, where all of the people in the apartment are either creating something, inventing something, publishing something, or doing something positive and academic, and you can take a tax write-off. See? I mean, the property taxes and the utilities and basically paying for our whole existence there, you could write it off.
No.
Because you could say it's a social experiment. How people who don't have to pay rent and who are educated and motivated, how do they exist in a isolated, microcosmic, new society where they have no responsibilities whatsoever but to their passions and dreams? Well, that would be interesting.
I said no.
This is how America, this is how our society is built.
Things changed.
I'm sick of hearing no. No, just...
Yes, well, that's obvious you're sick of hearing no. Isn't that just too bad? That's part of life, having to listen to no once in a while. You don't get to live here. Not here, maybe somewhere else. Maybe some place where people allow freeloaders, but no, not here.
They're children's fantasy, children's poetry. The stories tell tales, modern tales, and the kids like them. The moms like them. I have creative methods and juices.
Not avoidable. You're going to have to leave if you don't pay your rent. I don't tolerate these things, and I will take legal action.
Do you have fire insurance?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. Thank you, Mr. Rollins.
Keep track on
in one apartment, big place, 6-7 bedroom.
Yeah. Well, no, it's only 2 bedrooms.
It's kind of close. That's real close.
Yeah. Well, some of us sleep on the floor, and some of us sleep, wherever we fall.
Well, I'm sure I've seen a lot of Architectural Digest shoots of places like this, where there's lots of loft space and lots of different levels for everyone to sleep in. I'm sure it's
well, it's not that
fabulous.
Much. Basically, we're still living there because of the rent. There's
it's a good
more
deal.
people are, the less our rent is.
Well, I guess that would be the case. Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. I make complaints, but
good. I'm glad.
Never thought we'd have to.
Hey, every experience is a good one, right?
It's true.
Anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. Except at the end of the month when you gotta pay rent.
Right. The rent? He doesn't have it.
He went down the casinos again, did he?
He went down last.
Give me 200 in the pack.
Oh
10.
my God, are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost. He didn't tell me how much, but
right. I think he lost some money.
I come in and Tony.
Give me 200 in the pack. 10's the point. Give me 20 on each of the hardways.
Right.
The rent? He doesn't have it.
He went down the casinos again, did he?
He went down last night.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost. He didn't tell me how much, but I come in and Tony. He's sitting there rolling dice. Right.
Yeah,
well,
that's kind of a psychological.
A college diploma. You don't have to flip burgers. You don't have to do that.
I don't want a job. I want a career.
I take pictures of fucking dead bodies. Okay? That's what I have to do. You think that's a luxury? Career. And there's blood everywhere. And I had my camera, so I'm like, started taking pictures. And I thought the cops would give me some trouble because, I don't know, there's some law, I think, involved. But one of the cops actually comes up to me and he introduces himself and he's like, are you a photographer? And I said, yeah, I'm a photographer. And he's like, well, do you mind taking pictures? Come with me and take pictures of the dead bodies because our photographer hasn't shown up. Wow. And I was like, I was like, all right, I was hungover, dude. I was so fucked up and I was hungover. And I was like, this will clear my head a little bit at least. I need some sobering thoughts,
How bad does the body smell?
I didn't really. when I went, I was all visual. I was all eyes. No, I didn't hear anything. I don't remember hearing anything. I don't remember smelling anything, but I remember, what my camera saw. And
a true photographer.
And I took some good pictures,
Nice.
And that picture that was on the Inquirer, the front page, that day was, with the guy's head, and it was like kind of off to the side, and he had him back.
The was on the ground and his head.
That was my picture.
No way.
So,
Congrats. That's great. That's great.
Congrats.
And does that pay you well?
Well, I get paid per body, and I get paid like $75 per body. Well, you know how I'm taking pictures of dead people for the thing, and they're my pictures. I haven't signed any release or any kind of form for them. So what I was going to do is kind of compile in kind of like a Herb Ritz, kind of like real nice black and white book, really strong pictures of just dead people, and put them together in a book and kind of. Wrong. What do you mean?
I think you have some serious problems that you need to address within yourself.
What the fuck
What does that mean?
I mean, what's worth sacrificing artistic integrity for?
Yeah.
If not cash.
I think at least how I interpret it is that you are channeling this energy, this frustration that you have in your life, your whole sort of social situation.
An artist creates his own moral universe.
But it's death. They're dead people. It's like you respect that.
I have no problem, and just so happens that I'm taking pictures of dead bodies. I'm going to use that art that I'm creating to do something good for me.
Stop making it. The guys in the apartment talked about you like a mentor. I mean, talked about you like a dad.
Oh, please.
Oh, in a lot of ways, they really did look up to you.
So you have some serious problems.
Well, problems or not.
Families of these people have to, give you permission.
I don't think that's an issue because they're my pictures. I'm the one
Perhaps
pressing the
a member
button.
of one of the families of these people opens up your book and then sees, so he sees her dead husband lying in there.
She's all dead husband.
It's art, though. I think they want to be a part of that collection of. Death speaks to so many people.
Sure. Thing too, but I guess I shouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, but if you paid rent, maybe you could step up.
All right, that's it.
Sorry,
It's always about rent.
I'm not going to be carrying your lazy asses next month like I have every other month before. I mean, I work hard. I try to make a living or whatever.
Yeah, why are you guys always so righteous? Look, money is paper. It comes and it goes. Hey, where I grew up.
He's sitting there rolling dice.
Ain't you the hard way?
With the rent? He doesn't have it.
He went down to casinos again, did he?
He went down last night.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I just had a conversation with him.
He lost.
He lost. He didn't tell me how much, but I come in and Tony, he's sitting there rolling dice.
The high, the thrill that you feel.
I have no idea because I don't have a gambling problem.
Well, I mean, I don't either. I just have been losing recently, that's all. And that's my problem. I have a losing problem.
The landlord reserves the right to evict, impose penalty, and retain security deposit?
Yeah.
I didn't sign anything like that.
Look, there's your initials right there. We all had to initial it. Those are all my initials.
I am not going to get a job that pays $5 an hour. I'm sorry. My time's worth more to me than that. Maybe other people can do it. I can't. I would rather play craps than flip burgers. Sorry, I would. That's just me.
Ronnie, you have...
It looks that way.
Yep.
How many days?
4 days to rent.
4 days.
4 days.
Let's see, Christ rose again in 3, right? I think we can pull up.
Hey, Walter.
All the young mommies buying the books for their little kids.
Good stuff.
It's good to be back, though. I missed you guys.
Yeah, you
It's good
too.
to see you too.
So you guys are still downtown.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all living in a.
It's nice you guys can still all be so close.
Yeah, we got about it. Six. So what is it, 6 guys in there? Yeah,
6 or 7.